A junior admin once cleaned old installer folders from a file server and missed one variable expansion. The command looked harmless, the prompt was quiet, and remove item-recurse did exactly what it was told, not what he meant. The restore took most of the night, and the root cause was not PowerShell being dangerous. It was running a destructive command cold. If you searched PowerShell WhatIf because you want a dry run before deleting, good. Learn this before remoting turns one bad path into 500 bad paths. The manual way feels safer because you can see a folder, right-click it, and hesitate. At fleet scale, that illusion breaks. You are not cleaning one TEMP folder. You are cleaning profiles on 20 session hosts, expired files on a file cluster, or stale local groups across every workstation. Wildcards expand. Variables come from tickets. Paths include spaces, dates, and copy-paste junk. The graphical interface rarely shows you the full object list before the action. A naive PowerShell command is faster, but speed cuts both ways. The admin discipline is simple. Preview the target set, preview the change, then act only when both match your intent. PowerShell has a safety contract called should process. When a commandlet implements that contract, WhatIf tells it, show me what you would change, but do not perform the change. You get messages like, what if performing the operation remove file on target, followed by the path. Confirm is the interactive cousin. It asks before performing the operation, often per item, which is useful for small batches and painful for thousands. The important phrase is, when the commandlet implements it. Many Microsoft administrative commandlets do. Some third-party commands, scripts, and native executables do not. Trust the pattern, but verify the command. Start with the target list. For files, use Get-ChildItem path$path-recurse and inspect count, full names, and dates. Then, rehearse the destructive step. Remove item path$path-recurse-WhatIf. If the output names anything surprising, stop. Fix the selection, not the delete command. For a small set, use remove item path$path-recurse-confirm and PowerShell prompts before the operation. If you want an entire session to behave like rehearsal, set $WhatIfPreference equals true. Now supported commands act as if you typed -WhatIf. Set it back with $WhatIfPreference equals false. That preference is excellent during planning, but dangerous if you forget it and wonder why nothing changes. Here is a real admin pattern. Help desk reports low disk space on shared build agents. You find old log folders under a known application path and need to remove logs older than 30 days. First, build the list. Get-ChildItem path$logroot. Recurse, file. Where object last write time, -lt-getDate.addDays -30. Review the count and sample paths. Then rehearse, pipelet same list to remove item WhatIf. Notice the sequence. Discovery is separate from action. If the WhatIf output only shows expected log files, you can run the same pipeline without WhatIf during a change window, or add -confirm if the set is small. For servers, do the same inside invoke command, only after the local logic is proven. WhatIf is not magic. Native commands like robocopy.exe do not care about PowerShell's -WhatIf unless the tool has its own dry run option. Basic scripts only support -WhatIf if the author made an advanced function with supports should process and called should process before changing anything. Some commands show a WhatIf message for the main operation, but still perform earlier discovery work, logging, or validation. In Windows PowerShell 5.1, older file provider behavior around remove item, recurse, and wildcards had rough edges on old systems. PowerShell 7 is better, but your remote servers may still run 5.1 modules. Active Directory and Group Policy Object commandlets also depend on their module implementation. Test on scratch data first. This sits right in the foundations because it changes how you think about the pipeline. You are not typing commands and hoping. You are shaping objects, proving scope, then allowing change. The same habit carries into Active Directory user edits, organizational unit moves, group policy object cleanup, certificate renewal, service restarts, scheduled task changes, and file permissions. Later in this series, when we use remoting and jobs, WhatIf becomes blast radius control. My opinion, any destructive one-liner worth saving in your notes should be saved first with WhatIf on the end. Try this safely in 10 minutes. Create a scratch folder under $env temp named WhatIfLab. put 3 empty log files in it with new item. List them with Get-ChildItem so you know the target set. Now run remove item path $lab, recurse WhatIf. The files remain. Next, set WhatIfPreference equals true, and run remove item path $lab, recurse without typing WhatIf. It still rehearses because the session preference is on. Set WhatIfPreference equals false. Finally, remove the scratch folder with remove item path $lab, recurse, confirm, and answer the prompt. Do not practice this against production shares. 3 beats to remember. First, WhatIf previews the supported change. The destructive operation does not happen. Second, -confirm is useful when you want a prompt per item, but it is not a substitute for understanding your target list. Third, $WhatIfPreference equals $true turns a whole session into rehearsal for commands that honor the contract. The honest limit remains, not every command supports it, so test with scratch data before trusting it. Next time you write remove item -recurse, add -WhatIf before your finger even thinks about enter. New PowerShell episode daily on this channel.